Good?
Mm-hmm.
Let's introduce yourself too. So I'm Nick Peck. I'm a data scientist at Bloomberg. So we're in our global data department. We're responsible for getting all the financial data in the world into our systems and then providing that to people on Wall Street or anyone else who works in finance. So if you see like this screen over here, this is what the Bloomberg terminal normally looks like. Our traders and clients are trying to analyze as many different stocks and as much information as they can all the time. And they want to do it as fast as possible and in as many different ways as possible. So one of the demos we were showing off yesterday was a way to see as many different charts in space in front of you as possible using the Oculus Rift. But what I was working on this morning and got ready is actually three-dimensional data visualization. So I'm going to kind of run through this so you can watch along. Essentially what I'm looking at here is a bunch of different axes. So I've got X along the bottom, Y along the top, and Z along the back. Every one of these little spheres is a different company. So I can track how all the companies perform against each other using an additional dimension. So by using these controllers, I'm actually tracking my right hand, this fancy wireframe here, and my left hand, which is an information tablet. So this will give me way more information about a given company that I can now look at and see. So the real power here is that I can say I want to look at the price of a company. I can grab that and map it to the x-axis, and now all the companies appear along that axis. Or I can grab the earnings per share of that company and plot that along the y-axis. And now I've got a chart. Right? This would be the same way as you would do it in a spreadsheet or even on a piece of graph paper, where I go from like 0 up to the maximum, which is 1,200 in this case, and then from 0 up to 22,000 for that dimension. But I've got no depth here. So what I can do is grab another field, like the profit of the company, and put that on the axis in the back, and now I have depth. So now I can actually see there's 3 dimensions to this data. I can even change the size of all of them using another one. And now you see every one of these spheres is actually a different size. So if I want to watch them over time, I can actually track a single data point here, and then using my other controller, start animating. So now I get to watch, like, how does this company move compared to all the other companies out here. So like that company is a really interesting one, and I want to read all the information about it. So that date along the bottom is like the actual period in time where all these companies related to each other. So if I want to look at that sphere, I can see a readout, and all this information here is about that company. Whereas if I look at that one instead, I get a totally different readout. So this is one potential way where like our clients can see kind of way more information than they ever would have been able to before, because all of a sudden they can walk around it and use that third dimension to actually analyze their portfolio. Hopefully, make more money for them and more money for us, and be kind of better for everybody in the world. So, of course, this is all kind of rough and shaky because I was building it for the morning, and that's the real part of the hackathon. It's a ton of fun. Just sit down with some Red Bull and start drawing lines and throwing it all up. See what you can get to in 24 hours.